Founder and Managing Director of Service Excellence, a local ICT consultancy business focused on IT governance, IT service management, strategy, risk, and project management. Welcome, Sahamati.
Thank you, Lutle, and welcome our listeners.
Exactly. Now we're back from the first of season. We wrapped up 2023 sometime in November, and basically what we had been doing previously was we had just have these talks to give digital awareness to our listeners so that we all remain safe and smart online. And I best believe the first of season we all did.
I think we tried. I think we tried, except for those who lost their monies. It always happens. I'm not sure how, but it does happen. You know, you are caught off guard with that phone call, and you are found not to be smart at the time. But the whole objective is for all of us to remain smart online, to remain safe online, to know the do's and the don'ts, and to apply them, not just know them, but practice them. Because it's one thing to know, but it's another thing to practice.
Exactly. Now 2024 is here. What are we looking at this year?
And before I even go into what we are looking for, it's one thing to know and one thing to practice. Just recently online, people have been sharing it's unsafe to share pictures of your children. By wearing new uniforms in their new schools. Parenting is hard, guys.
You're sharing location, guys.
Parenting is hard, and parenting is very interesting and nice because you also want to share those moments. You know, how want to go to primary or to preschool in that little uniform, and it's exciting. You know, you take those pictures and you post on your WhatsApp or your Facebook or whatever, Instagram, whatever social media platform, innocently wanting to share with your friends, but it's not safe anymore. That's what we are saying. The world has changed. Before, yes, we could share, and it was nice, it was interesting, but it's never safe. So we are exposing our kids to a lot of trauma we can otherwise avoid.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I think you are sharing data, and this is the topic for this month. Data is your story. You share it, basically you are sharing your story with the whole world. And therefore, it's important that you take control of your data. Interesting, when we touched base last week, we had a lighter one last week, just to say we're back and we will be going on this year again with our topics. And this month, the topic that we are going to talk to is data privacy with the theme, take control of your data. There is a special week in January every year, internationally recognized, from the 24th to the 28th of January, where we commemorate data privacy. And the call is for organizations and individuals to just practice those safe behaviors around data. How much data you are sharing, to who you are sharing it to, and what exactly are you sharing? And can you say no when you are asked to share data? Can you say yes when you are asked not to share data? So it's important that you take control of your data. And this is the theme for our month for the next 2-3 weeks as we are here in January, to remind us that we need to always take control. It is not always mandatory that when you're asked to provide, you should provide, and provide the way it is asked. It can be uniform. It can be uniform, yes, but it can also be unique, depending on the questions that you ask, depending on your expectations, depending on your understanding of the privacy that comes with data. So it is important that we participate in these global initiatives because they help us. The whole idea is to stop, to think before you connect. Stop and think before you connect. It's important. And the whole objective of having the Data Privacy Week is to achieve 2 goals. Number 1, to help citizens understand that they have the power to manage their data. Sometimes we don't know what power and how much we have. Guys, we have the power to manage our data. Number 2 goal is to help organizations understand why it is important that they respect their users' data. It is important that when I give you my data as an organization, as Yarona FM, you also have the responsibility to respect the data that I give you. We know there has been a call around data protection, data this, data that, but when I share it with you, I entrust it and believe that you will take care of it. We collect data every day. It is used in so many critical decision-making tables. It is important that we share it, And it is equally important that we protect it. So it is very critical that we share data, number one, because it is important and it is needed. Right now, we are going through a season in our country where we are registering for elections. And we know at the end of the day, there's going to be a voters' roll. All the data that you provided about you. You're providing where you're staying, your date of birth, where you're going to vote, and all those things. We believe that those who are going to handle it will handle it with care. And also, when you look at that form, if you have questions about it, ask. Don't just feel and say, "Kana mongala hatsu fidile." You also need to get that clarity. Sometimes we fail to get clarity when it is there because we think, so it is very important. And we are also saying, according to National Cybersecurity Alliance, which is a US-based organization, they are also saying engaging in online activities generate vast amount of data like never before. Vast amount of data. And individuals possess the authority to assert control over their own data. That's why we can say, take control of your data. If you don't want to give it, don't give it. But understand why you are not giving it, or understand the consequences of not giving it. At personal level, make informed decisions. Number one, it is worth the amount of data. Is it worth the amount of data you are giving? At personal level, is it worth it? The amount of data that I'm giving. Can you control, which is number two, the privacy, and still get the service? I need this service. I'm asked to provide data. I have concerns about the data that I'm providing. Well, I can give you this much and not that much, but can I still get the service? What is the trade-off? That's why I'm saying, if you don't give, then what are the consequences? Number three, is the data requested even relevant? Is it relevant to give you my postal address? Do you need it?
And speaking of relevance, there was an incident where during the festive holidays, my aunt got a call. I don't know but something that she works with the hell in her life. So they're asking for her birth details.
Yes.
So she responds and says, That's a plot number.
You know?
And it did get me in a position to learn like is it really relevant to be asking this the whole time? You have lost it as a department. Then it's high to high.
Hey, there are so many places and areas where we are required to provide data about us. And sometimes it's not necessary, sometimes it's not relevant, but sometimes the regulators require that we provide an update on a regular basis. It could be issues of KYC, for instance.
Sure.
Come and update, and when I change a date of birth, I change and all those things. But how we need to also ask. Kana problem globally, this is happening. But okay, I understand globally it's happening, but why is it happening? So, our organization comply. So how we want to be compliant, but we cannot explain to our clients. So as organizations as well, shape up, educate your people. We are here to assist, to say, you know what, give awareness to your people so that they can better serve your clients. The fourth point is, how often will you need the service? If I'm going to provide content daily data, it's 5 pages, but I'm only here for 2 minutes, is it really worth it? So that's why it's important that you challenge yourself at personal level. Because if you don't, you are leaving your digital footprint. And you don't know sometimes how much of it gets out of that area.
Powerful indeed. I think it's a very mild, or you're jump starting us right, hey? Because like I was just asking you, it's because we are clueless. But if people in those organizations are well equipped themselves, even before we could even ask, they will deliver the content and give us the clarity. Because I want for me to fill out a document and still walk away with no clarity, walk away confused, walk away lost with no understanding. I won't further learn other things. I like that. So how are we going to be unpacking the rest of January. Now that our minds are right to serve you in terms of understanding and learning a lot from me, because like you said, other people did make mistakes in the festive season, during the festive season, but when it was because no information was, provided to their minds. Others was because but we are still here to be better and do better this year.
Going back to the organization, we are in an era where if I work at Yarna FM, I should know the mandate of Yarna FM. I should know your strategic goal, whether I'm a cleaner, whether I'm a cashier, whether I'm a finance person. We need to own up for us to feel we belong to this organization and for us to make meaningful contribution to this organization. So I that bit of ownership. At least I should say, okay, let me get more information for you. I'll come back to you. Because sometimes you'll find that we have people employed in organizations but that are clueless for what is the other department doing. What is the core value of our existence as an organization? What is the core value of our existence as a family? Family learner must have its own strategic goals, intents, and objectives. What we need to have that. Can I sit my kids down and talk to them about data privacy? Because they are online. Our kids are on TikTok. TikTok cafe Steve. But our kids are online. So how are we equipping them and educating them? We get learned from the organizations. You get learned from listening to me here on radio. But how much of it are you going to share with your kids? So as we approach the Data Privacy Week, we are saying engage in activities that will help grow the awareness of data privacy. Whether at work, at office, at home, engage each other. It's also had today, in the next week when I come back, conversation at data privacy. Because people are fond of sharing. That's why trust me, I'm a parent. I did that many years ago. My last born was doing Form 1 2 years ago. It was nice. But today, I'm learned. I know the risks. So let's share with our kids. Let's share with each other. But avoid strangers online. Avoid strangers online. Avoid share with people who are asking us everything that they are asking, unless we are confident and we think it's relevant.
All right, thank you so much, Sarah. Now, for somebody who's listening for the first time or been following, where can they reach you for further engagement regarding these topics?
They can reach us on our WhatsApp lines 73696870, 75162239, office line 3-155, and then we are also live on Facebook and on LinkedIn and website www.serviceexcellence.co.bw. Our service excellence is service, and then X doesn't start with an E, it starts with an X.
Alrighty, thank you so much, Sarah.
Thank you so much.
Let's do this again next week, Tuesday.
Yes, thank you.
And there you have it, Wanamai. It's a Tech Talk with Sarah Mitsima for our weekly digital awareness. She's the founder and managing director of Service Excellence, a local ICT consultancy business focused on IT governance, IT service management, strategy, risk, and project management. Now, as we go on riding alongside